Welcome to another video from DIY Daily. Just got a short video tonight showing you how to carry out a repair to the rear washer pipe on this 2005 Audi A4 Estate B7 model. Now, the reason we're repairing it tonight is the washer jets block up and there's a main tube through the, you can't see it, but the wiper motor, there's a tube through the wiper motor onto the pipe, and that blocks up and causes pressure build up in the pipe, and then the pipe actually blows off, and it's blown off somewhere in here tonight. Firstly, we'll be removing the rear panel here just to get access to the rear wiper motor and sort out the initial cause of the problem, clearing the body of the wiper motor. Once we've done that, we'll follow down and get into here where we think the split is. If you check out the description at any point in the video, I've put some links to all the part numbers we'll be using tonight, because I've got some genuine Volkswagen heat shrink. It's all part of a repair kit. You get a male and a female connected with it, and I'll put all the part numbers in the description below as well, so you can check them out. Also, if you want to just check the description below, or click on the link above, I've just put links to some of the other B7 videos I've got on there as well. There's a cam belt and water pump replacement, rear spring, oil pump drive, and a few others on there as well. So, but for now, the first thing we're going to do is just get this cover off. So I'll run you through removing the cover. So the first step to getting the rear panel down, we've got 4 Torx 20 screws. And if you just look up there, you can see one there. The same again on the other side in this bit here, and then if you just release the little cover here with a triangle in, and you just see up there either side you've got another 2 as well. So we're just going to undo all 4 of them Torx screws, and then we're just going to use a little plastic prying tool and just pop the panel away from here, and then we'll be able to pull it down. So that's, just as you drop it down, there's just a little wire there that you just need to pull out. That's just for the rear light at the bottom there. And you just see, to show you around the panel on the inside, there's a couple of clips up and around it. One missing there, another one there. And they just get a little bit tight on the sides, so all it does, it just slots in. So as long as you know that just slots in and around this corner here, just need to pull it the right direction to get it around there, that's all. So now that we've got the panel off, we can see the wiper motor at the back here. If you're needing to replace the wiper motor, it's quite a simple job. All you've got to do is just take the connector off. You've got to flick that tab up there to get it off, and you've just got 3 10mm bolts to undo there, and then this is the actual feed to the motor for the water pipe. And all you do to get that off, just work them a little bit side to side, and it'll just pop off. So all we're going to do for now is just get the airline with the air gun on the end, and we're just going to blow through from this way to blow out the jet, and just try and see if we can clear it out. I think we'll be able to on this one tonight. Worst case, if they're really bad, you have to replace the motor. So I'm pretty confident we'll be able to clear this one through. Once we've done that, we'll just chase the pipe back. We'll be blocking that up and working the washer jets from the inside. I'm just trying to find out where it's actually leaking from, but so we think it's in this joint here. But just for now, we'll get that blown out first, and then go to the next step. Just got a little air gun there. What I'm going to do is just put it on the pipe and blow it through. Just blown that through now. Now it's not actually blocked in the tube on this one, and this one, the actual end jet itself is blocked. So now that I've took that off, it's nice and clear. We're going to just see if we can clear the jet out itself. We might just have to replace the actual jet, but all you do, that just simply pushes on there, and to access it, this little cover was on top, and that again just pushes over, so you just need to pry it up on these edges here. Little flat bladed screwdriver, you can just work it up, but they are quite brittle, so you just need to be a bit gentle with it. But for now that we've done that, we'll just get on to the next step, just working out where finding where this split is in the pipe and repairing that. You know, so I've actually managed to get that repaired and cleared out, and all I've done to do it was just a little trick I've used a few times. Just got an old wire brush and just pickled out with a pair of pliers one of the strands of the brush, and you can see they're really thin, and that was enough to get in there and just clear the jets out. So see, that goes nicely through. So we're going to refit that now, and then we'll find the actual split in this pipe. The first thing I'm going to do, now that we have definitely unblocked it, I'm just going to hold the pipe out of the way and just operate the washer. Yeah, let's do that. Right, so now that we know there's definitely no water coming through, I'll just show you the area where we've seen most of the water coming through is in this panel here, and that, as we've operated it there, you can see we've got a load of fresh water just run through there, and it's come up down here. So we're just going to get chasing that now, but we think it's coming through in this area here, so we'll get that stripped down. And the first thing we're going to do to remove this trim, we're just going to use the plastic tool again, but it clips in around about here, so I pop it out in this corner, and then it slides. You need to slide it upwards as like a locator there and a locator there. So once you've unclipped it there, sort of slide the trim up and it'll come off the two lugs. So it'll actually come off a lot easier. It's just have a quick look at the trim because it might be broken. Ah yeah, look, there is one lug broke there on the side. So, but normally it clips in there and then it just simply slides down onto that one and slides down onto that one. Yeah, so that one come off a bit easier than normal. Now we're just going to need to remove this trim, and all you need to do on here, two tabs on this side, and if you just grab it from round the left hand side here, you can just flick it out and over. So now that it's exposed, just been working the washers again, and it's running loads of water out there again, but we can't see anything at this point here. The next thing we're going to do is just drop the back of the head lining down, just this bit there, take this rubber off. We might have to just pull this trim up, and we've got the same bit of trim to get off this side, and then we'll see if we can see the bit where it goes into the head lining there. Just popped down a bit quick there, but all I did with that is just hook under the side there, and it's just got these clips on the centre there to get that trim out. And now that we've got that out, you can just see up underneath here the water's actually coming out of this area just there. So we're just going to get a few more bits off now, and I'll show you where the actual leak is, and then hopefully we can get it fixed. I'll just run through the part numbers of them repair bits as well. Right, so we found the culprit now. All I had to do is just take this trim off the top as well, but it just pops in on these ridges, and then it has got little splits. You can just see there, so you can break it apart and actually pull it off around the hinges there. But where this bit of corrugated tubing goes through there and into the car, just turn that light on. Just pop this out. All I did is just a little flat bladed screwdriver just to pop that out. And then can work that back. These are really tight inside the sheath in there, and all you need to do is just pull one out at a time. It's all just been wrapped up obviously from new. So we've done that. This pipe, I've just pulled this out now, but it was inside the corrugated bit here, and what it's done is it's broke right on the bit where it's always kinking. So all we're going to do now is just have a look and see if we can see how we're going to repair it, and just see what the best thing to do is. The kit that we've got from Volkswagen comes with a couple of coupling connectors here, which one side goes in each bit and it just clicks together there, and then it has some heat shrink tubing that you get in a big pack that just goes over the whole lot, and use a heat gun to shrink it all. But what we're going to do, I don't really want that coupling, a nice big bit right in on the joint here, so I'm probably going to cut this back a bit further, and we might look to put half of that on and then use a little bit of rubber hose, which will be better in the flexible bit, to run up through and round to the clip here. But I'll just have a go, see how we're going to do it now, and let you know the outcome. I'll just run you through. I'll put the part numbers for all these bits, for all the proper couplings as well, on the description below. But we'll just get to work fixing it now and show you how we've done it. So we've got that all the way out now. What I had to do is just, it was just taped up just on the inside of it. So to pop that down, just undo the tape so that you could actually pull the washer pipe separately. Obviously I pulled that back through a bit more and we've got it through so that we've now got both pieces there to join them up. We're actually going to cut it and use the proper connector because it's just a bit risky with rubber hose in the joint, that where it is kinked it might actually just nip the pipe and seal it up. So we're going to use this proper kit and just leave that in the joint. What we'll do now is just clean them edges up off there, and then we'll just fit the connector piece up, one either side. But obviously one thing you've got to be careful of is just make sure you get your heat shrink tube in and just feed it over your pipe first, because obviously once you've got your connectors on you'll be able to feed it over the top. So the best way to get these connectors on, you just want a heat gun. I'm just using a heat gun. I'm just going to give them a really light, just gently warm the plastic, and then that way I'll push them straight in. If you don't heat it up, it's really rigid and quite tight to get them in. I'm just going to give it a light warming up, and then we should be able to just press it in. So. Just see, with that being warmed up, you can nicely get it right down to the bottom. If you don't warm them up, they're mega hard, and you can only seem to get them just over the end. Now that we've got them ready, all we're going to do is just cut the heat shrink tube down slightly. And you just took a little bit of it off. You've got to leave it as long as you can and just seal it. What this is glue lined heat shrink, so as you heat it up, it actually melts the glue out of there as well. It just gives it a really good seal. As you put the coupling on, you just want to push it in and then just check that this pin sort of locks into place. When it has done, you can feel you just can't pull them apart. So, but just before we pull it, well, I'll just pull the heat shrink over now. Just got that roughly to a position there where I can heat it all up with a heat gun and just melt that glue there. But just before we do that, we're just going to try the washer quick to make sure it works. Obviously we ain't connected it up, so I'm just going to hold it out of the way. Obviously you can see now it's coming straight out of there and no water at all around that bit now. So all we're going to do now is just get the heat gun on and just seal that up. It's just you've got to be just a gentle warm with a heating gun. You don't want it too close. You've just got to be a bit careful with all your rubbers and everything around. But now that that's on, you can just see it's nicely shrunk it on it and just sealed it up to all the corrugating there. So it just makes a really good seal and finishes it off. But all we're going to do now to just finish the job up is just going to feed it back through the rubber, pull it up, connect the obviously connect the hose back on there, and then we can just refit all the trim. So. But yeah, I thought I'd share the video with you all. I think it's quite a common issue with them. Sometimes they split there with the pressure build up, but they can also split there just because it's the actual kink of the tailgate as well. So, but if you check out the description below, I'll put the part numbers and links to all them repair bits where you can get them from. So I hope the video helped. If it did, give it a quick thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.